Originally, I was diagnosed at stage 3, but after first 4 rounds of chemo and the first set of immunotherapy, I was downstaged to stage 2. But like I said, we believe that I had a really good response to treatment. My tumor, which was a T3, stood the same. It didn't shrink, but it didn't continue to grow, which is good. But my lymph nodes showed no signs of cancer when they removed them. So it was 4 treatments, total gastrectomy, and then 4 treatments after your gastrectomy. City of Hope was actually my third opinion. Originally, they just had planned just the standard treatment, which was flat. He thought I would be a great candidate for the new trial that had just started to take place in late 2017, early 2018. I already had done my research, so I knew that what the standard of treatment was going to be. Because a lot of hospitals at the time weren't even up to date with that treatment that was available. Like I mentioned, I went to 2 other places prior to that, and one of them was trying to put me on a chemotherapy regimen that was 3 years outdated. So when I went to City of Hope and they presented me this trial, but they did mention that FLOT chemotherapy was going to be part of the trial, that's what made it a lot easier as well. I know they know what they're talking about. Like they gained my trust. So the drug trial was going to be a trial that followed me through life. What it consisted of was at the time the standard of treatment, which is still flat chemotherapy, and then also attached with it an immunotherapy as well. And when he explained to me, what not only the benefits could potentially be, but just the benefits as far as like understanding what this trial could do for many people or other people that are out there in similar situations. That's when I decided that it was going to be the route that I was going to take. I almost felt like a rock star, and I hate to say it, but that's really how I felt because I had my own personal nurse. I had my own center where I went and got treatment at. So I had a nurse on call 24/7. They were constantly checking up with me to see how I felt. Now, I was having to give a lot more blood. I would sometimes give up to 11 to 12 vials of blood at a time because a lot of that was being sent to the trial to kind of measure what was going on. So it was a lot more tedious in that aspect where there were days where I just had blood for the trial and I would have to go to City of Hope and do the blood and then come home. I'm very fortunate that I only live about 15 to 16 miles away from City of Hope. But I mean, in LA, 16 miles could be an hour and a half, depending on what time you leave. I was doing CT scans every 3 months. So there was times where I would have to go over there, do blood work the day before, and then wake up really early in the morning to go do the CT scan, just so I could try to beat traffic so I wouldn't be there all day and get traffic driving home. But yeah, I did definitely do a lot more of blood draws and a lot more checkups in between treatments, all the way following through up until about a year ago. Based off of my results, my team felt that I had a great response. Um, there obviously were some hiccups in between. I did have a reaction to the immunotherapy at one point, as far as like some inflammation going and some other things that were going on inside of me. But once my body adjusted to it, it seemed to have worked really, really well. Where I was on the successful end of that trial. Now I'm just on long-term surveillance. I was actually getting scanned at one point every 3 months. Most recently, they switched it to 6 months, but I opted for the 1-year CT scan surveillance. So that will follow with me for the rest of my life. Now that this trial kind of opened up the gates to see that there is a possibility, I think what it did was it took that taboo of trying a secondary immunotherapy with the chemotherapy away. So you're seeing now different trials, or not even different trials, different standards of treatment now that are including an immunotherapy along with the chemotherapy, and in some cases, even seeing an immunotherapy as the first line of treatment. So yeah, I definitely want to say that this trial was groundbreaking in the aspect where it did open up kind of the gates for the possibilities of different type of treatments or treatments that are attached with the standard of treatment. I'm hopeful for a lot. Let me just make that clear. But My two children are my absolute biggest dream, hope, biggest will. Hopefully, I'll be here till I'm 100 years old to see them grow up. But I'm really, really hopeful for my family. My son Jude, my daughter Juliana, and my wife Melissa. They're the reason why I fight so hard and I try to give back so much because I want to leave a legacy that is everlasting for them. So when time does come, when I'm no longer here, 95 years old, they'll be able to look back and say, we are proud of dad.